Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with a new lesson, that is light reflection and refraction. So in this lesson, whenever as in we will be learning it, you will be keeping your notebook and textbook with you, and you will be watching this video and you will be drawing the figures. So here, like suppose when we are entering into a room, at the time can we see everything which is there in the room? Even if we keep our eyes open, can we see all the things? No, it is not possible for us to see anything when there is no light in the room, even if we are keeping our eyes open. This is but as soon as we switch on the light, at the time we can see all the objects which are kept in the room are visible to us. This happens why? This is because the bulb or the light which is switched on gives out energy called as light, and these light fall on these object in the room and it reflect back from the surface. When the reflected light enters our eyes, the eyes sense it and send a message to the brain. The brain convert these message into images of the object. Thus we can see things around us in presence of light. So we can give a definition for light as: light is a form of energy that produces the sense of sight for us. What is the definition for light? Light is a form of energy that produces a sensation of sight for us. Then in lower classes we have studied about the two forms of object, that is luminous and non-luminous object. Luminous objects are those which emits their own light, and non-luminous objects are those objects which do not emit their own light. Example for us, like book is there, table is there, chair, plant. These are the objects which will not be emitting the light of their own, but a hot filament of an electric bulb, a light candle, lit candle, all these are going to emit their own light. So these are the luminous objects. So now when we are coming to an light source, then we have to study about a ray of light. A ray of light is a ray of light. When we are talking about a ray of light is a direction path followed by a light. Like if suppose we are drawing a straight line and we are putting an arrow, this we call it as a ray of light. A ray of light, and you have to keep it in mind that throughout this lesson when we are drawing it, means the light is coming from your left hand side and it is going towards the right. The arrow is very important. This arrow will be indicating us that the light is moving it in which direction. So for a single ray we can write like this, and then we are having a bundle of ray. Bundle of ray means a beam of light. Beam of light is nothing but, if suppose we are having more light rays are there, and these light rays emitted by a source are moving it in the same direction, means all the rays are moving it in the same direction. Then we call this as a beam of light. This we call it as beam of light. What we call it as? We call it as beam of light. So a single line source we call it as ray, and if suppose we are having this we call it as a beam of light. Okay, now we will be seeing about the next point, that is about the reflection. Light is an electromagnetic wave that travels in a straight line, which we have studied, but this light will be having a dual nature. It will be it has a particle nature as well as it has a electromagnetic wave. Both the dual nature, this light will be behaving it like a particle in nature as well as electromagnetic wave. Clear? Particle as well as wave in nature. So reflection, when we are talking about, we have studied the definition of reflection. Reflection is the phenomenon in which light rays, on striking a polished smooth surface such as a mirror, it sent back into the same direction. Means like if we are seeing about Like if suppose we are having this is a mirror, and onto this mirror if we are incident a light, it will be reflected back in the same direction. So this will be an incident ray, and this will be a reflected ray. Clear? So this is how we can able to see of this one. Then we are having about terms related to this reflection. We are having two types of reflection, that is regular and irregular reflection. Regular reflection is one which after bouncing it back, if it is forming a parallel reflection, then we call it as a regular reflection. And if passing through a medium, if it moves in various directions, we call various direction in the same medium, we call it as irregular reflection. Means they will not be forming a parallel reflection rays, but they will be moving it, but they are in the same direction, we call it as a irregular reflection. Then when we are talking about the terms related to this reflection, the first one will be incident ray. So incident ray is the ray which that falls on the reflecting surface, that we call it as incident ray. Reflected ray is the ray that of light that is sent back from the reflection, and normal is a line which is drawn. Means like if we using this one, this is called as a normal. Perpendicular to the surface is called as normal. This will be an incident ray, this will be an reflected ray. This is called as angle of incidence. This is called as angle of incidence. The angle made with the normal and incident ray, we call it as angle of incidence. Then we had angle of reflection. Angle of reflection is the one which we will be drawing it. This is an incident ray, this will be a reflected ray. So this we call it as an angle of reflection. Object is a thing which is formed on a source. Image is the object which is formed on the screen. If after reflection whatever image is formed, we call it as a screen. Then virtual image, the image which cannot be obtained on the screen is called as virtual image. Like if suppose if you are standing in front of a mirror, and in front of this mirror, if you see your face will be there, you can able to see your face till there the mirror is there. The moment we remove the mirror, the image is not going to be there. So such an image we call it as virtual image. And real image which can be captured on the screen, like your mobile phones. Once you capture the screen image on your screen, it will be there for a longer as long as we required. So such an image we call it as real image, means which can be obtained on the screen. Then this is all about reflection, laws of reflection. The angle of incidence is equals to, as you can see here, the angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. The first law is angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. Then the incident ray, the normal and the normal and the reflected ray will be lying in the same plane. This is the laws of reflection which we have studied. Then the properties or characteristics of an image formed by a plane mirror for us. The first characteristics, like if we are seeing our own face in the mirror, it looks just like us and is of same size for us. So the characteristics first is virtual and erect. The image which is formed in the plane mirror is virtual and erect. Virtual means it cannot be obtained on screen, but it will be always a straight erect image. Then we will be having second is of the same size of the object, means whatever the size of the object will be there in the mirror, we can able to see the same size. Then at the same distance from the mirror as the object is in front of it, means the image formed will be at equidistance. If you are standing 5 centimeter away from the mirror, then the image formed in the mirror also will be 5 centimeter apart only, means image formed as you are moving back, the image in the mirror will also be moving back. As you are coming front, the image of the image, your image also going to come front. This you can see practically doing it at your home. Stand in front of a mirror, just move front and move back, you can able to see. Then it is with the image formed here, it will be having the lateral inversion. Lateral inversion means the left of the object becomes the right of the image and vice versa, means the object which is at left in the image you can see it at right. So such an the image formation we call it as a lateral inversion. So due to this lateral inversion formation, we will be using the word ambulance. We will always be writing it in the form of mirror image, so that whenever the person can see, he can able to spell it properly. Clear? So this is all about the plane mirror, which already we have studied. This is not a part of your 10th standard. All this is a revision part which you have already studied in your lower classes, and for this class we will be having it about the spherical mirrors. Now we have to study about the spherical mirrors. Till now we have studied about the plane mirror. Now we will be studying about the spherical mirrors. So spherical mirror is a mirror obtained by taking a part of hollow sphere of a glass or any polished metal. Any polished metal in a spherical form, if we are taking it, we call it as a spherical mirror. The reflecting surface of spherical mirror may be curved inward or outward. So we will be having either inward or outward curved, we will be having it, and based upon it we will be classifying spherical mirror into two parts as concave mirror and convex mirror. It is classified as concave or convex mirror. So like for a concave mirror, if we are talking about in a concave mirror, this will be called it as a concave mirror, wherein we will be having the reflecting surface. This will be the reflecting surface. This will be the reflecting surface which we can able to see. Clear? This is the reflecting surface, so this is a concave mirror. This is called as a concave mirror. This is called as a concave mirror, and a mirror which will be having the reflecting portion is inward, outward, means like if we are drawing this and this portion, this is the called as a convex mirror. This is called as convex mirror. Clear? So this is all about concave and convex mirror. There are terms related to concave and convex mirrors for us, so we will be studying it. So you will be drawing these pictures in the figure. So it should be the same pattern. If we are considering this as a circle, in this circle if we are considering this portion to be used and this portion to be used, so then this portion which we are using it of this one, we call it as a concave mirror, and from this mirror itself only we have to use out this portion of the mirror we have to use, means from this side this portion we will be using it, and for mirror it's compulsory you have to draw this type of lines. So this will be a convex mirror, and in the same manner from this portion if we are using it, we will be using this one, this we call it as a concave mirror. Clear? So in the next class we are going to study about these terms related to these spherical mirrors, and whatever you have seen on the screen today you have to write it down in your notebook, in your classwork notebook, and draw the figures properly, each and every figure. And whenever you are sitting to see this video of physics, watching it, you will be sitting it with your notebook, pencil, pen, everything to write it down and draw the figures properly. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.